This is Driving Opportunity, your company's real estate, presented by CFO Intelligence with your host, Andrew Zezas. Expert guidance for CFOs on corporate real estate planning, portfolio optimization, global transactions, driving efficiencies and cost reduction, and more. And now, here's your host, Andrew Zezas.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Driving Opportunity, your company's real estate, where we bring to middle market and enterprise company CFOs the insights and strategies to deploy their company's real estate to achieve increased operating efficiencies and flexibility and drive greater profits. I'm your host, Andrew Zezas. During each show, I'll share one idea, one thought, or focus as part of an overall discussion about driving opportunity in your company's real estate. With the unprecedented changes in office work styles that have occurred over the last few years, employees remain hesitant still to return to the office full-time. Whether for health reasons, the recognition that they can perform their duties from outside the office, or just personal preference, majority of employees prefer not to return to the office on a full-time basis. Most companies are developing flex schedules as a result. They're offering incentives. They're changing the idea of work versus collaboration. Many companies are modifying their facilities to promote these new work environments. Now, the solutions will vary from company to company, and it'll depend on multiple factors as to whether they'll succeed. There is no one-fits-all solution. The absolutes in the current business environment are twofold. First, retaining existing employees and attracting new employees is the name of the game, absolutely. Demand for employees is very strong. Supply is limited. Opportunities for employees to take other jobs, whether they're seasoned or unseasoned, are tremendous, and competition to attract and keep them is fierce. Second, as a direct result of the labor picture, most companies will need to dispose of surplus office space. But how can companies get out from under office space leases? Most leases don't contain early termination rights. Subleases are challenging for a lot of reasons. They often have limitations. They tend not to be financially competitive with the incentives that most commercial landlords can offer for direct space. However, any disposition effort should include offering lease space for sublease. Lease buyouts, lump sum payments in exchange for immediate termination of a lease, may be another option. Most landlords, though, in that kind of transaction will need the cooperation of their lenders to agree to a buyout. Unless the plan is to dispose of an entire facility and never to return, some companies are negotiating lease modifications, trading off unneeded space today in exchange for longer-term leases for the portions of the space that they'll retain. Now, longer-term leases, while a good quid pro quo to achieve near-term cost reduction, may not be the right solution for every company, especially those needing flexibility. Commercial landlords also may encounter their own challenges in restructuring existing leases. Restructuring too many leases in a given building or in a portfolio could cause a landlord financial instability, and companies don't benefit by fostering financial instability in their landlords. Landlords may also be restricted by their lenders in their ability to consent to modify leases, so understanding that is key. Given the overall focus on this topic by most companies and most landlords, supply and demand will certainly play a big role, not only in the landlord's willingness, but in an occupant's ability to succeed in modifying its lease. Understanding a building's alternate use is an interesting approach and can be significant in inspiring a landlord to consent to a lease modification. A number of challenges exist in seeking to dispose of surplus office space, but opportunities exist for those companies that seek creative alternatives. There are a number of creative alternatives beyond just simply carrying surplus office space. A creative and intelligent plan based on sound information and strategy can help your company achieve its objectives when trying to figure out the question, what do we do with all that office space? I hope these insights will be of help to you. If you'd like to learn more, or if you'd like to discuss alternatives as to how your company can best dispose of its surplus office space, email me at andrew.zezas@cfointel.com. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Andrew Zezas for CFO Intelligence and for Driving Opportunity, your company's real estate.
Thanks for joining us on Driving Opportunity, your company's real estate, presented by CFO Intelligence with your host, Andrew Zezas. If you have questions about how best to optimize your company's real estate, email Andrew at andrew.zezas@CFOINTELL.com. If how you serve your company and your career would be enhanced by connecting with peer CFOs from around the country, visit CFOintel.com to explore the benefits of becoming a CFO Intelligence member. While you are there, subscribe to CFO Intelligence magazine, take the CFO Business Sentiment Survey, arrange to attend exclusive CFO events, and explore our other CFO-focused podcast series, CFOs in Motion and CFO Career Accelerator. That website again is CFOintel.com, CFOINTELL.com. Remember to subscribe to this podcast series on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to podcasts. This has been Driving Opportunity, Your Company's Real Estate, presented by CFO Intelligence with your host, Andrew Zezas. We'll see you next time. The opinions and views presented on this podcast by Andrew Zezas are his own and may not be relied upon as fact. The opinions and views of others who appear on this show are their own as well, and may not be relied upon as fact or for any other purpose. Opinions and views and other information are provided for general information and educational purposes only.